Hello. Let's talk about Kane. So, someone is asking me if I thought Kane was still worth it. Last year in the summertime, I made a video ranking pets, like an updated one. I had Kane as like pretty much the third best pet overall. Like this before Lyria kind of took over the metagame. And yeah, a lot of people are asking me if I still feel like Kane is still worth it. And yeah, so let's talk about it. So let's talk about what Kane does first of all. So Kane, he has three abilities. First one says Kane gains charges each ally performs successful dodge, max 20 charge. When used, this skill unleashes all charge against the nearest enemy, dealing physical damage. Should note he always starts with three. Like I said, these are pretty much just like kunais. He's pretty much supposed to be like a ninja ghost or something. He has a whole like ninja aesthetic, but yeah, so this is they do physical damage. Yeah, not too much more to say about. Like I said, if you have dodge heroes, you can get quite a bit. This is I've with like magic teams, this was like an out against Rufus. Like I've used this to kill Rufus a few times with like a mage team, but it's useful. Invisibility mastery. This is his passive skill. This increases dodge for the entire team. It doesn't seem like a lot of dodge. Sounds less 3,000, but because the way dodge works, is actually a pretty significant mitigation boost. It's something like 15% mitigation boost to the whole team. And again, this is active from the moment the battle starts. Unlike a lot of pets who don't really do anything for like the first 15 seconds of a fight or whatever, this ability is active the moment the fight starts, which makes Kane a decent like defense, like a decent pick versus like say like a Dante team or something. If you're trying to attack it to like a team that's Dante tank or something, like a lot of times those fights will be over quicker than most pets will do. So like Kane, yeah, Axe will usually be pretty useless in a fight like that, even though Axe is usually pretty good. But a fight that's gonna be over 15 seconds, Axel's useless, and Kane ends up being a lot better because you might dodge some of Dante's attacks, some of the other physical attackers. So this one could be these are actually both okay abilities. They're not like necessarily the best abilities, but they are good enough that you will use them, which is more than I can say about a pet like Fenris, who there's just no reason to ever use him. So Kane's still useful as like a counter or something, but like the main reason people use Kane though is for his patronage ability. Dark Patrons. What this does is the master gains a bonus energy for each successful dodge. It's almost 35%. So if you have three successful dodges, it's a full. You're at full energy and can ult. So this allows heroes, usually Aurora and Dante, to spam their ults and get a bunch of dodge buffs up. And with Lyria keeping down dodge, a lot of people feel this ability isn't as good anymore. So let's just kind of look into that. Let's talk about Lyria for a bit. So Lyria, she has disrupted the entire metagame because of her Shackles of Doom ability. What this does, passive skill, the hero exudes an aura that decreases the dodge stat of all enemies within the area effect. All affected enemies receive additional physical damage from physical attack size. The aura scales the number of undead units the allied team. So pretty much, like if you're using Aurora, like she's gonna shut down dodge or almost shut down dodge. Aurora could kind of get slightly above that, especially if she gets an ult up and get a dodge buff. But yeah, this definitely slows Aurora down enough that you usually limits how useful like a pet like Kane could be. A lot of times, if you're trying to tank with Aurora against Lyria, you might not use Kane at all because, well, Kane, if you can't dodge, Kane's patron ability stops being that useful. I mean, not totally useless. You do still, it does, Kane does increase. I should look at his stats here. He does give you physical attack. He has a nice meaty 9,956 sorry 9,957.6 physical attack, and then he also adds an extra 2,987.3 dodge to your hero that's patron too. So this can get your dodge higher, you get your physical attack higher. Like I said, this is actually a pretty nice physical attack boost compared to Fenris or Albus. Kane is giving you like 50% more physical attack, so this is actually a pretty meaty physical attack buff. So he's still going to be useful on like heroes who could do physical attack. Probably less useful on Aurora just because she's not much of a physical attacker. But Dante and stuff like this might still, you should probably still use this on Dante. You would still use this on Yasmin. Yasmin, as I said, doesn't care too much about Lyria because the way her ult works. It's Tidy because he sits so far back, doesn't care too much about how Lyria works either. So yeah, so it's not, I wouldn't say it's useless, but we have to look into this here. So let's see. So this is a team with Lyria. So yeah, they also have Lara Croft, but see, like is da, da, da. Let's just do Vanguard. So yeah, so we'll show you what happens here. So Aurora, we act like said, she has Kane as her pet, she has dodge, but she's not gonna, because of Lyria here, she, yeah, as said, is not gonna be able to dodge. And she gotta take extra damage from physical hits. The Warflag Vanguard is giving her a bit of healing, but like I said, she finally gets an ult up, which does give her a small chance to dodge, but it wasn't enough, and she gets smoked here. Between Lara Croft and all these physical attackers, she absolutely gets smoked because she can't dodge. So she only got one ult off instead of being able to spam ults like she normally would. Let's go look at what was that one? I was looking at one that was like, so it's like this one here. So this one, they don't have, they do not have Lyria here. So we can even use Kane as a pet, just kind of show you how that works. So notice he starts with 3 kunais, and as we dodge, he gets more kunais. So like I said, because we're dodging, he gets quite a few of those. And yeah, Aurora's already put up like 2 ults, 3 ults, like I said, because she's dodging, she gets that energy from Kane. She gets to ult a lot, she puts up all these dodge buffs, which just is super oppressive to physical attack teams. I mean, it's hard to hit a physical attack when the whole team has like 3 or 4 dodge buffs up that add like 15,000 dodge each, right? 13,941. So each dodge buff essentially 14k dodge. So you're looking at like 50,000 extra dodge, 56,000 extra dodge on the whole team. Yeah, you're not going to hit a lot with physical attacks. Like your chance of hitting ends up being like 10% or something. So this is why Aurora pretty much just curb stomps most teams. I mean, she has really good magic damage. Like I said, just 3.4 million damage just by almost by herself. She could almost solo some of these teams just because of how busted Kane's patron is. So this is like when it comes down to like, hey, but if she's useless against Lyria, everyone's using Lyria, like, because Lyria is pretty much the only way you can avoid getting curb stomped by Aurora. Like, because otherwise Aurora will curb stomp you. Like, so this is a team I think we tried earlier, right? And even with like Kane here, we just wouldn't have enough dodge to dodge like anything that's happening. And yeah, but we also get stunned. Yeah, we did get an ult off, but it was too late. Like, it's just how it is. Like, with Lyria blocking your dodge, it's not going to help you too much on Aurora. But doesn't mean it's all for naught. So let's go find that guy again. We're going to show you a different team now. So let's talk about, like, Heidi. Heidi could be really good against like Lyria, even though Heidi's a quote dodger, you're gonna be using the Kane patron on him, but it's still gonna work. Like it's still gonna work. I think we could do this one. You do want Axel there. And probably not. Probably do Amira here. I think we actually do Oliver, and we do Albus here. Try to get Otis running off a bit faster, which kind of got smoked. That also didn't help us much in the last fight because we had Oliver on him, which made for a slower Ode to Serenity. Oh no, maybe not. If he's lost all of his energy, that's actually about the worst case scenario. That ended up being the worst case scenario. But so Heidi, he's in the very back. He's outside of Lyria's range. He is dodging. We got an ult up. We got 2 ults up. He got a bit 2 ults up. We still lost because we got stunned by that. Maybe I had it right with. This is usually why you would use. A lot of times you'll use Chorus against Lara Croft. Is the other thing. Lara Croft's like the other like meta hero. A lot of times you would use Chorus against Lara Croft just to block that AE stun. But if you're using Heidi, you kind of want to use Axel. But that's like said. So Heidi like doesn't care too much about Lyria's ult because he's too far back. That's the kind of the point I'm trying to show. But it's not the best team to like necessarily show that off. Like this wouldn't be the best team to use Heidi against in general. But I'm trying to explain something. But yeah. So another one, like if you have Yasmin, there's another one that's not gonna care too much. Yas, I think we want to do this with Corvus. There you go. Oh, Serenity up. Yeah, when Yasmin ults, she gets such a huge bonus to her dodge that it ends up becoming irrelevant. Like I said, she's full energy already, so she gotta go full energy again. Like I said, so again, she doesn't care too much about what Lyria is doing either. But we're getting smoked just because this is such a good team. Like this is one of the, like I said, Lyria plus Lara and Sebastian. Like that's pretty much like the new Holy Trinity: Lara, Lyria, Sebastian. Fluffy is making a big impact on meta though. You have Fluffy around. You now have, like I said, I did a video about Jorgen the other day. Kind of talked about like Jorgen being pretty meta now. Okay, here's one without with a different lineup. Maybe we could try this one here. Let's see. This is a Dante team. Like if we should probably use Lyria of our own, to be honest. Lyria of our own. But yeah, so look, Yasmin is literally comboing off, doesn't care too much about what Lyria is doing. And then Lyria's dead. So here you go. This is what Yasmin does. She doesn't care about Lyria. So, right, we still have Cain Patron, so this is where Cain Patron could still be good. Cain plus Aurora, like, I mean, is still really good against anything that doesn't have Lyria. Like I said, Aurora will curb stomp most teams. Just straight up, Aurora plus Cain curb stomps most teams. So, it's kind of like saying that Cain's, like, not worth it more. It's hard for me to say that. I wouldn't say that is the case. Like, but yeah, like I said, besides Chorus and Axel, though, who would you actually put above Cain, like, overall, like, a ranking? But also, it just really, a lot of times, which pets you develop also depends a lot on your team. Like, if you aren't using Aurora, Cain was always a lower priority anyway. But, like, if you are using Aurora, like, Cain is still totally, like, necessary. I mean, you're just, like I said, Aurora can just curb stomp so many teams. If you are investing in Aurora, you need to invest in Cain. Otherwise, you're kind of missing out on her best skill. And like I said, not every team's going to use Lyria, even especially in your like modes where you have like Clash of Worlds or whatever, where you have to set multiple teams anyway. Like there will still be lots of opportunities to use like Aurora plus Cain. But like also, even if we're like just from a ranking perspective, I mean, who would you actually place above like Cain, right? I mean, there's pretty much just Mara and Albus are the only ones that you would say your top 5. I mean, Kane's still going to be top 5, and I'm not sure you would even then, we'd put Albus above it. So I guess that would leave Mara. I mean, maybe Mara's the third best pet now, especially if Sebastian has less value thanks to Fluffy, because we're starting to see Fluffy change the meta. Jorgen might be making a comeback, so maybe Mara's the new third best pet. I mean, like I said, we'll have to see. It's going to take some weeks and months before we see how everything shakes out, but you know, depending, like, if, like, enough stuff changes, I might do another, like, pet ranking video later this year, depending on, like, I said, how it shakes out. We'll have to see, though. We will have to see. But yeah, not too much more to say on this one. If you're interested in my video that I did about Aurora not too long ago, like pretty much like Aurora in 2026, yeah, I recommend checking that one out down below. As always, thank you for watching.